Good evening, good evening. Welcome to Live and Conversation. I am your host, René Antoine, in conversation with the lovely attorney, Daphnée Camilien. Hey, Daphne.
Hello, happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday indeed, everyone. So, this is Live and Conversation where we come every Wednesday to share legal, immigration, and financial knowledge to help everyone thrive. Today, we're doing things a little bit differently. And so, before I go and explain exactly what we're doing today, come on in, share the live. This is a very important live. And right now, I'm going to have Attorney Chameleon share a disclosure.
Sure, I'm an attorney. Renee is a financial entrepreneur. Anything we say tonight is for entertainment purposes only. It is not to give anybody in particular legal advice or any type of financial advice. If you wanted to contact us, you can do that separately. And so anything that we say tonight doesn't enter us into any type of attorney-client, agreement or condition. And the same thing for Renee, advisor to person. Any type of relationship has not been established.
Awesome, awesome. So thank you all again for joining us. We are live in conversation. So there is a major immigration news. So which is I'm gonna allow Doctor. You better go ahead and get your upgrade. Attorney Chameleon, share that. So should I go ahead and explain what we're doing, or
Yeah.
you wanna share the news first? Okay.
No, go ahead.
So tonight's show is gonna be bilingual or dual language. So what as Dr. Attorney, yep, you better get your upgrade, is gonna share immigration notes in English, and I will go ahead and translate in Haitian Creole. So if you have anybody right now who may need this information and really wanna like basically understand in the Creole language, this is what's gonna happen tonight. So go ahead and share. That way, more of us can know this vital information for our community. So back to you, Attorney Chameleon.
Sure. So on May 22nd, the Department of Homeland Security went ahead and established that TPS would be redesignated for people from Haiti. Did you did you want to translate, Renee, or when did you want to start translating?
Oh no, so we'll basically we're not so we can translate after you say the whole information.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So, um, so TPS stands for Temporary Protected Status. It's a designation that's given in the United States to people from certain countries that are either in some type of turmoil. That the United States decides that if the people who are from that country that are currently living in the United States, if they were to go back to their country, there would be some type of hardship on them. And so therefore there's certain, it's not something that's given to everybody. There's only a certain amount of countries that are designated TPS status. Some people may or may not know, under the past administration, Haiti did have TPS status, but the past administration ended it. But it's been in litigation. There was several lawsuits filed, and everything kind of came to a standstill because it's currently in litigation. So this is really big news that the Biden administration has decided to take a step forward and go ahead and designate TPS for Haiti.
Okay, so it looks like we may have a little technical difficulty. We lost Attorney Chameleon. I'm sure she's gonna hop on right back. So to all of you who are joining us, I appreciate it. This is René Antoine, a live in conversation with Attorney Daphnée Camilien, where every Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. we share legal, immigration, and financial knowledge to help us thrive. Hello, Miss Katie. How are you? Long time, my friend. Hey now. All right. So obviously, many of you may or may not know there is a major nodes for Haitian migrants who are living in the U.S. who were not documented. So right now, what Attorney Camilien was sharing is that the Biden administration has granted Haitian immigrants, um, hello, Jean, Haitian immigrants temporary protected status. OK? So, normalement, chose ça qu'on a se fait en anglais seulement, côté que Attorney Camilien qu'on parle sous affaires immigration, moi-même, moi parle sous affaires finance. Mais comme son gros nouvelle lié pour communauté qui a besoin quelques informations sous affaire TPS là, nous avons avocat Camilien avec nous et la arrangé là. Ça veut dire que moun qui a vivre dans les États-Unis qui pas de papier pour le travail ou bien qui pas de carte résidence bagay ça yo, li important pour nous faire des conversations ça avec Attorney Camilien. Si nous avons une question, il est là pour lui répondre. Il est là pour lui répondre pour nous. Ça veut dire que Temporary Protected Status, ça, c'était une sorte de protection que le président Biden vient par Haïtien qui vivent dans les États-Unis qui sans papier pour aider aux faciliter pour le travail, pour jouer un job. Et puis, au cas où vivre une vie qui fait sens. TPS était déjà là sous temps Trump, c'est le président Obama qui était bailé avant ça, et puis il était là sous temps Trump, président Trump, et puis lui-même il était venu retirer. En l'air, il était venu retirer, ça venu causer un pile monde pour aller dans le code, pour aller demander le jugement contre ça, parce que senti que c'est pas ton qui était fait bien. Mais quand il est là, le président Biden même, il prend autorité pour lui rétablir le programme ça. So, si ou même là, ou connaît une famille, ou connaît un ami, on monde qui a besoin de quelques informations, peut-être qu'il a une question, et pour un avocat qui a répondre pour yo, voyez là, ça va yo, faire connaître, nous là, nous ka poser n'importe question, et nous avons un avocat avec nous là qui a aidé nous, gain plus clarification sur les affaires TPS. Hello, Attorney Camilien, you back?
Yeah, I was having technical difficulties, so I just switched to my phone. So hopefully
I saw that. So I share this first segment of what you were saying in Haitian Creole. So for those of you who are watching us, it's gonna be dual language so that our community may know exactly what's going on. So Attorney Camilien will be speaking in English, and I will then translate in Haitian Creole. So bring your questions, share, so that more people can have this valuable information. So that's amazing news. We have temporary protected status in the Haitian community for those of us who may not be documented. So what now? What is this next step now? What does that mean?
So it's okay. So there's two groups, right? There's the people who already have TPS. Their TPS ends in October 2021, right? So just in a couple months, 5 months. So they will need to renew, and then for the 18 months, and TPS is for 18 months, right? And so they will need to renew. So that's for that group. The next group is for the people who've never had TPS, right? Who are seeking TPS. They will have to. So the thing is that's about TPS. There are certain guidelines that haven't come out yet that we're anticipating any day now. So if a person wanted to file for TPS today, they wouldn't be able to because those guidelines are not out yet, right? So we don't know what they're going to say. They may say you have to have been here for the past 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, whatever. We know they're saying you have to have been physically present in the U.S. as of May 22nd, 2021. But there's going to be more guidelines that are involved to see how long you've been present, to see if you qualify, right? So you got to look, you have to figure out, once those guidelines come out, as long as you qualify, then you apply. And this is the thing, you don't, the TPS is given, it's 18 months. However, you're not going to have 18 months to apply. They give you a certain window to apply. It can be 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, whatever, but you're not going to have 18 months to apply for TPS. So people need to apply as soon as possible once they realize that they qualify for TPS, because they still have to process those applications. The wonderful. Oh, do you want me to stop, or do you want to keep going?
Uh, you can say one more thing, and I'll go ahead and jump in.
So as long as once you apply for TPS, the great thing is that you can also get work authorization at the same time. So that's meaning it gives you the opportunity to legally work in the United States.
Ok, ok. So, kounya sa nap explike sa Attorney Camilien so di la an kreyol. Merci pou nou tout la ki nan konversasyon sa, share, envoye li bay lot moun ki ka bezon informasyon sa kom nou tande. Ke zafet TPS lan li la pou nou, li la pou kominote an. Li la pou kominote a so vin pou advantage a konversasyon sa. So sa Attorney Camilien so di kounya la, TPS la gen 2 faz la dan. Gen 2 faz la dan kote ke te gen moun ki ta vive la deja ki gen TPS. Se ta temporary protected status, sa ki protejo la pou ka rete nan peyi ya san yo pa deporto la. Moun ki te gen deja, li suppose expire en octobre ane sa, octobre 2021. Ça veut dire que si président Biden pas te renouvelé li, il te prend un processus déporté kouni là. Mais comme li renouvelé ou même sou gen TPS nan, li nécessaire pour renouveler li. Et puis moun tout qui poko jam gen TPS là ou même tout au cas et à l'appliquer pour lui. Mais dès que son nouveau il pas un nouveau programme, mais son nouveau yo vin renouveler li, gen des directives que yo pral bay, que yo poko bay. Ça veut dire que pour kounye là ou poko ka l'appliquer parce que gen des sortes de lois, gen des sortes de guidelines qui c'est directives qui poko bay. Mais prêtez attention parce que même si que c'est 18 mois yo bay pour gen TPS là, ça veut dire que ou gen 18 mois pour appliquer. Yo pral bay on sorte de temps, peut-être en 2 mois, peut-être en 3 mois. L'important pour prendre avantage en temps ça pour appliquer par rete chita. Kou yo fin bay directive là, m'pral faire même live ça encore avec Attorney Camilien pour bay qui sak nécessaire. Même si que loi dit que faut te nan pays depuis 21 mai, mais ça va veut dire que tout le monde qui était là 21 mai a éligible pour lui. Yo pas dit en détail qui moun qui ka joindre et qui moun qui pas joindre. So rete branché, share live là. So we have a few friends, Daphnée, I shout out Katie already. She's an American friend. And Jean Wadney is viewing from Arizona. Hello, Jean. Thank you for being with us. Please share this message. Betsy Saya in Evanston, Illinois is here. So she said, mes amis m'tap dormi mwen manke perdi live la. She said she almost lost it. But yeah, but you guys who are here right now, share, bring your questions. Bring your questions. And she says, I'm here. And my sister says, love it. All right. So what's next? So I already shared the guidelines, the directive.
Yeah, so the other thing that people should know is you have the opportunity to, of course, get a work authorization. If you've never gotten work authorization, I highly suggest that you do that. It's a different application than the TPS application. Also, once you've gotten TPS, if you want to have the ability to travel while on TPS out of the country, you can file for advanced parole. So that's something that's a little bit different from some of the other things that are given, So like I said, it's a personal choice. So people should research, ask questions to figure out if it's the right thing for them to do. But the TPS, because remember, there's a lot of things, a lot of talk and a lot of bills that have been thrown around, right? So there's been people talking about DACA. These are the kids that came here that are undocumented that came here as children, right? And talking about a pathway to citizenship. They've been talking about migrant workers, the people who work on the farms who don't have papers here, giving them a pathway to citizenship. TPS is another group of people that they're talking about as a pathway to citizenship that they want to, that they have a bill for. So if you have the opportunity to get TPS, you qualify. That's something you should really think about, especially if it may not be this year, it may be 3 years from now, but if someone has the opportunity to have a pathway, you don't want to miss out on that. And then the other, oh, sorry, let me let you talk about it.
Ok, so TPS la se de diferent aplikasyon. Aplikasyon TPS la vreman bon otorizasyon pou kounya pou ete nan peyi ya pendant 18 mwa ke yo ba ou an, so yo pa depote ou. Men, gon dezem aplikasyon ki se aplikasyon pou ke ou ka travay, pou gen otorizasyon, pou gen permis pou travay. So, sa ve ke li important pou fe aplikasyon sa tou. De diferent aplikasyon. Et puis, avec TPS là, ou gen opportunité tout s'ouvre les voyager dehors pays, li relè on sorte de forme qui relè advance pour ça veut dire que il y a une opportunité pour voyager, mais comme Daphnée Camilien se dit déjà là, les pas avocat ou, so si vous besoin connaître plus de détails de si que ou ta voulu voyager dehors pays, ou ka rentrer en contact avec lui pour nous comprendre situation pour là. Et puis, comme toujours, il y a un pile loi qui a travaillé sur lui, il y a un pile loi qui a changé, comme par exemple les Dakar. Dakar, c'est une sorte de loi qui, pour si moun qui était entré dans le pays sans y avoir document, so y a travaillé sur ça pour comment que yo ka vinn ba yo argent pour yo vinn citizen. Et puis tout le monde qui take migrant worker, monde qui là qui travaille dans pays dans agriculture, gen loi tout y a essayé et vinn bay pour que monde ça yo gon gens pour vinn américain. Ça veut dire que comme gen plusieurs bagages y travaille sur les kounya arrêté branché et puis n'importe ça nous connaît nous là chaque mercredi à 8h30 pour nous avoir plus information. Go ahead, Attorney.
So the other thing I wanted to say about TPS was a couple of things. Remember, it's temporary protected status, right? The first, it stands for temporary, which means it's not permanent. It doesn't lead to citizenship. You know, as of now, there's no TPS that leads to any type of pathway. There was a bill proposed, but it's not a pathway yet. So be mindful of that. If your status is overstay versus, so just to explain overstay versus undocumented, if you're someone who's undocumented, that means you came across some type of border, you know, where they don't have, the United States doesn't have any documentations. They have no, you know, evidence. They have nothing of you coming into the country, right? If you're, and so that's how you enter the country, right? Without, let's say, without inspection, without anything. If you're overstay, you probably, the most general one that people come on is a visitor visa. You came on a visitor visa. It was supposed to last 6 months. You overstayed past that 6 months, right? So when I just gave you the distinction, just so you know, like if your status is undocumented or your status is overstay, you do have this temporary protected status for 18 months. Once it's over, if it's not renewed, right? If it's renewed, great, right? You'll have it again. If it's not renewed, you revert back to your status, which means if you were undocumented before, you're undocumented. You're still undocumented. And then if you're, you know, overstay, you're still overstay. So
OK. So, il est important que pour nous comprendre que ta TPS là qui c'est temporary protected status là, veut dire temporaire. C'est un bagage qui est temporaire, seulement pour 18 mois. Ça veut dire qu'il y a deux sortes de monde qui ka joindre TPS là. Il y a deux sortes de catégories de monde. Il y a une catégorie qui c'est overstay. Overstay là c'est monde qui te gen visa qui est entré dans le pays avec papier légal, peut-être son visa te gagné. Et puis après on dit visa te pour seulement 6 mois et puis après 6 mois venir yo pas retourner dans le pays yo. Ça veut dire que yo vinn rester dans le pays en plus que temps que tu supposé rester yo overstay. Et puis, il y a des gens même qui n'ont pas de documents du tout. Ça veut dire que l'autre entré dans le pays, ou t'es juste entré sans qu'on pas de aucune autorisation, aucun permis pour t'entrer. Ça groupe ça, moun ça c'est undocumented. So, dès que loi ça c'est seulement pour 18 mois, ça veut dire que si on pas renouvelé, l'état bon, il renouvelé, ben on dit on pas renouvelé, là on pas renouvelé là, on toujours retourner dans la catégorie côté à sauter dans catégorie overstay ou t'es resté dans ou t'es fait trop temps dans pays qu'on pas supposé faire, ou tourner back dans overstay et puis sous dans catégorie ou pas un document, ou tourner back dans ou pas un document. So c'est s'il renouvelé, la bon pour nous.
So the other thing I also want to say is so there's certain things like if you were gonna file for asylum, right? You came here, you're being persecuted in your country, and you want to file for asylum, you could still file for TPS. And the other thing is, if you get TPS and you want to adjust status, so you have this adjust status means so you get this TPS status, and then let's say you got married to an American citizen or someone with a green card, and you want to start the papers and you're on TPS, you absolutely can do that. You can do that. So you'll be adjusting status. You'll be adjusting from TPS to now green card holder once it's approved. But yes, you can.
Okay, let me clarify. Ask you a question. What about adjusting from TPS to asylum?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
You can do them like you can do TPS and then do asylum, or
dual.
Yes.
Dual. Okay. So pour moun qui te entré sous asylum, ça veut dire que bon c'est gon l'autre gens yo dit oui, mais on dit comme ça que ou te a chercher refuge parce que ou a persécuté dans pays ou comme nous c'est haïtien là, on dit nous ou un problème avec pays d'Haïti qui peut persécuter au bagay ça yo qu'on a vinn dans pays États-Unis pour chercher asylum, bon c'est asylum yo dit. Kounye la même si on a processus ça, on peut toujours appliquer pour tes TPS là. On peut toujours appliquer pour lui, pas de problème dans ça. Au gonjon pour ou ka changer statut sous. On dit comme ça que ou gen TPS là kounye là et puis on dit ou là vous vinn changer peut-être ou marié un monde qui citoyen ou bien un monde qui réside bagay ça yo et pour vous voulez venir appliquer pour résidence ou ka faire ça ou ka toujours faire ça et processus nan relé adjust status qui veut dire ajuster status. Okay, did I say everything, Attorney Camilien?
Yeah.
Okay, pendant là sou gen aucune question nous gen seulement 7 minutes. Écrit question yo, poser question yo, songez pour share live ça. Et puis comme nous dit déjà gen guideline qui des directives que vous pral bay sous affaire qui moun qui ka appliquer et qui ça au besoin qui ça nécessaire pour appliquer. Là nous connaît ça, n'a tourné encore pour nous faut connaître, so toujours suivre chose ça à 8h30 chaque mercredi dit une lot. What about the fee? Has they said anything about the fee, Joseph, or is it like the same?
It's so far it's the same, which is $4.95. I mean, so let's say if you're young, like if you're a kid under 15, it's cheaper. If you're older than 66, so that 15 or 16 to 66, something like that, is $495. But if you're real young, like under 16 or you're over 66, it's cheaper for you.
Okay, but we're not, yeah.
Right, but so far the current price is $495.
Okay, so pour kounye la, prix c'est $495 pour appliquer pour TPS là. Et si que ou âgé de plus bas que 16 ans, la moins cher. Et si que ou âgé plus que 65 ou bien 66? 66, yeah. So âgé plus que 66 ans et puis la plus bateau. So tout bagay dans la vie ça a un prix. Pense que 495 ta supposé un bagay douable. Jean Wadney dit, hello, I will share it. Thank you, thank you. And then she said, Councilwoman Christine told me about it. He just mean that Christine knows everything and shares everything. Thanks, sister, for sharing. Appreciate you sharing. Thank you to all of you for the loves and the like. We're here to share the information, bring you guys information to help us thrive. We're here every Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. All right, 5 more minutes. Anything else we want to share tonight, Attorney Camilien?
No, just that people be aware that it's temporary, to be strategic. Um, you know, look for, if their intention is to stay, to look for other opportunities. It's not easy, and I understand that. But it's temporary. So the idea is that after 18 months, they'll reassess how Haiti will be. We don't know. By then there'll be another election. Some of the issues that are going on right now, COVID, the elections, unrest, may or may not be issues in the future. So a year and a half from now. So if they don't redesignate Haiti, then people, and there is no pathway yet for TPS holders, people have to kind of have that in the back of their mind, and and go ahead and just have a plan B is all I'd recommend.
Ok, so kom nou konen ke rezon fè ke President Biden te bay TPS lan, se a koz ke gan pil difikilte an Haiti koun ya. M konen an pil nan nou konen sa ka pase nan peyi an, zafè COVID lan, epi zafè bagay eleksyon kap pale kounye la, epi bagay nouvo konstitisyon kap travay sou li. So gan pil deblozay nan peyi a kounye la, se sa k fè President Biden te wè ke li bon pou pal déporter Haïtien en Haïti kounya parce que li pa bon bagay ki a bon pour humanité. Mais songez que c'est seulement pour 18 mois. So après 18 mois, nous pas connaître ça qui va passer. Est-ce que bagay va changer pour bon en Haïti? Si on t'a changé pour bon, peut-être que yo va retirer les affaires TPS. Nous t'a même bagay changer pour bon. Nous t'a changer pour bon. Ça veut dire que ou même qui pral appliquer pour TPS, peut-être qui ka joindre, il faut songer que pour peut-être regarder qui ça ou ka faire après ça. Qu'on connaît que li pas pour tout le temps. So toujours un deuxième plan.
Yeah. No, and that's it for now. Yeah. When we get, and that can come out anytime, but when we get the information as to the guidelines, I don't think it'll be different from previous guidelines, but we just need to know how many months or what they're asking. They're going to ask for continuous presence in the U.S. So I don't think if you were here for like a week before, something of that nature, but we just need to know how many months or years or what they're talking about to see who qualifies.
So if somebody was here less than the amount of time required, they don't qualify for TPS, what happened to them? And then so now that ça veut dire que so basically now the fact that they're gonna apply for it, it's a chance that they're taking to say, I'm here, I wanna get it, but if I don't get it, then I've exposed myself.
So that's exactly, and so that's one of the reasons why I say it's a personal choice. You have to do your research. So I wouldn't, let's say TPS was May 22nd, right? And so if you arrived in the U.S. on May 10th, chances are you don't May 10th, 2021, you probably won't qualify because you will not have been here long enough to, be what they consider continuous presence in the United States. So you need to figure it out. Talk to somebody, talk to an attorney, do some research before you just jump and apply, because you want to make sure that you qualify, because you do risk exposing yourself. Absolutely correct.
Ok, ça veut dire que même si que le président Biden te bay nouveau TPS, renouvelé TPS pour Haïtiens qui vivent sans document dans le pays, faut nous comprendre que, comme nous dit déjà, par des directives qui dit en anglais c'est guidelines, qui peut le guider pour connaître exactement qui est qui qualifié pour TPS. même si vous êtes là, on dit vous êtes entre 21 mai que vous êtes bail là, ça pas veut dire que vous qualifié parce que là vous bail en directive là pour dire combien de temps mon êtes supposé à vivre dans un pays peut-être c'est 6 mois comme nous disons nous connaît, là nous connaît dans fort connaît, mais pas courir à l'appliquer comme ça sans pas connaître un guideline. Il est important pour parler avec un monde, peut-être un avocat, comme là, nous avons fait conversation, information Daphnée Camilien a payé en bas screen là, peut-être si vous attendez, c'est 847 410 90 22. Parce que là, que son choix personnel qui est lié, faut penser à soi faire, faut parler à des gens qui connaissent, et puis, pour leur quoi appliquer pour sauf si on pas boli, faut connaître qu'on y a ou exposer tout pour dire que ou là sans papier. So, prêtez attention à ça tout.
Yeah.
You feel like I said that correctly? Was there anything I missed?
No, 100%.
Awesome. Well, it is 9 o'clock. I gave you all a chance to ask any questions. So I felt like we did a pretty good job giving you all the basics. Again, if you want to get in contact with Attorney Camilien, her phone number is 847-410-9022. Nous avons toute information des TPS là que nous connaissons pour Kounier là. Et surtout, entrer en contact avec un avocat Daphnée Camilien. Numéro c'est 847 410 90 22. 847 410 90 22. Pour si vous besoin plus d'informations parce que situations sont toutes différentes. So, pour que au grand monde qui comprendre ces situations pour là et puis pour qu'à guider ou pour qu'à avoir des idées qui sont qui préférables pour vous faire. All right. Well, thank you for all of you who joined, who shared, who love and like. We appreciate you. This has been a great conversation by myself, Daphnée René Antoine, and Attorney Daphnée Camilien at Camilien Law. Our informations are in the description, so feel free to subscribe to our YouTube pages, like this page, share this live, and we will be back next Wednesday at 8:30. So what I do is I share financial resources for our community. So maybe for stay-at-home moms, entrepreneurs, if you are looking for ways to earn a living, managing your life, and staying at home with your children, feel free to get in contact with me. I have a few resources that I can share with you that can help you be on that journey to entrepreneurship. Again, thank you all for joining. See you all next Wednesday at Live and Conversation. Bye for now.
Bye.
Merci tout le monde qui était venu dans des conversations. Ça, nous apprécions. Nom c'est Daphnée René Antoine. Moi, j'ai plus d'informations que moi, by monde qui veut commencer business, qui veut gagner plus d'informations pour faire business. Si ça t'a un bagage qui est intéressé avec, songez que vous avez écrit ou bien monter sur Facebook, là, joindre avec Daphnée René Antoine. Peut-être dans business déjà ou besoin de quelques petites informations, détails sur business ou bien sur besoin assurance de vie. Vous mettez en contact avec moi et puis nous avons fait une belle conversation. Merci encore, partagez live ça avec mon pensée qui a besoin. Bonne soirée.